All right, Reginald, spell your name, please, for the record.
R-E-G.
Reg. I said it wrong. All right, how old are you, Reggie?
Too old. No,
Too old.
20.
Reg is 20. Reg, you say you don't want to hear it. You don't want to hear about toxic stress. You don't want to hear about trauma. You just want what?
It's not even that I don't want to hear it. It's just like...
It's not making the point?
The trauma is there, but you got to look at why it's there.
All right.
Talking about trauma isn't going to help anybody not be traumatized. You got to stop the factors that's causing the trauma.
Okay. What's the factors and how do we stop them?
A number of things. Mostly, the main thing right now is the police, obviously. We don't feel respected. We don't get respect. So we do what we can to survive. Either way, we end up dead. So even if we traumatize and we know we traumatize, ain't nothing coming from it. So it's not really changing anything until you can change policy.
Mm-hmm. And so policy and the police, those are your big, heavy, weighed up concerns as a 20-year-old young man. Just
my whole generation, all my peoples and what they worried about. We can't just, leave in the morning and be okay like, oh, yeah, we about to go to school or we about to go to work and just not worry about getting pulled over and not worry about getting harassed. Everywhere we go, the city is built to prey on us. Mm-hmm. So we can sit here and talk about trauma and talk about why we feel bad or we could do something about it. But all this talk ain't helping nothing.
So let me just add a piece. It may not be helping, but those that can help have to understand what the trauma is and what you're dealing with in order for us to really get where we should be applying the effort. You understand?
I understand what you're saying.
So help me help those that can help this situation so that we're not just wasting our breath talking about trauma on this big level. You know what I mean? So what is that thing that's eating at you every day? Is it actually within the same problem we were just talking about? You can't just get up and go to school. If I were to remove that piece, where would your head be?
If you could wake up and you know that you could live your life without having to deal with excess struggles and excess nonsense, then I'm pretty sure everybody would be all right. Mm-hmm. Well, we can't just wake up every day and know we're going to be okay leaving the house. Right. That's not something that we have.
Is that an anger feeling, a fear feeling, a frustration feeling?
The thing about fear is when fear festers long enough, it turns to anger. Mm-hmm. So what you're seeing right now with people rioting all over the country and people getting upset and speaking out is just a lot of fear that's just manifested itself into anger because nobody has done anything for so long. Mm-hmm. People act like they don't know what the problem is or they don't know how to help. People ain't listening. If you can't tell by now what people need to get to the next level, then you haven't been paying attention.
Sure. So what are the three things, if I were to just grab them by the shoulders and say, look, man, this is what we're trying to get you to hear. What are those three things they should be listening for?
Equality, poverty, and policy change.
Mm-hmm. Policy in what area?
In all areas. Really, mostly police policy, though, because that's the main thing we're dealing with right now. People are impoverished because they can't get opportunities. They can't get opportunities because of the policies that are written. Mm-hmm. So until we change that policy, the poverty is not going to go away. But once all of that goes, equality is going to come.
So you described to me what success would look like if a brother could just wake up, be able to go on about his ideas for his life and opportunities were there for him to pursue. Let me ask you one last question. You said my generation is feeling similar to this, angry. And it's been going on for a long time. With you being only 20 and your generation being in and around the same age, how long have you been angry?
I've been angry my whole life. We had to watch our parents go through this. And that's why we're so angry. Not because that we're just experiencing this for the first time. This is our grandmas. This is our mother. This is our auntie. This is our father. This is our nieces, nephews, cousins. This is everybody. So we watching this from a young age, seeing what they're doing, seeing the things that they tried to do that didn't work. So we sitting here looking like, man, y'all been talking for a really long time. And we really ain't in no better situation than you were. So maybe we don't need to talk. And that's really just what my generation is. So you have to find a balance and walk the line between coming to arms and doing things in a more peaceful, intelligent way.
I'm glad you included the part about balance because here's the piece. We need each other for the success of this. You need us to hear you, and we all need to figure out how we're going to go at it together. You've got a baby brother, baby sister here next to you. What is your hope for them?
That they don't got to worry about this. That they don't got to walk down the street nervous, look over their shoulder because they don't know who coming for them. They don't know if it's a cop coming for them. They don't know if it's the opposite person coming for them. It could be their own people coming from them. So it don't matter. They just need to be able to live without worrying about extra nonsense.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to say a couple of keywords, and then you can maybe tell me what that looks like. Safe.
I've never seen it.
Peace.
I'd like to know what that is.
Success.
Only if you stay in line.
Freedom.
We still waiting on it.
And opportunity.
It's not for us. We don't have opportunity.
I appreciate that, Reg. I'm hearing you. And even though you didn't want to, you came over here and said something. You will be heard by more than just me. And there's very few that are even in this space that will be able to communicate it to us and get it out of their feeling, because we don't get to sit down and do so. I'd like to invite you, and if you've got some other friends, partners that may want to sit down and have another talk, but I'm not going to call it talk. I'm going to call it a planning session, right?
Right.
Strategy session where we get something concrete to do. Would you be willing to do that?
I'll send the word out.
Will you come to?
As long as schedules don't conflict.
That'll work. I appreciate your willingness, Reg.
All right.
You're awesome. Awesome. Awesome.